didn't, for some reason, I don't know why it didn't sound like her to me. She was the only one that I was kind of thrown off of. Anyway, guys, let us know what you guys think about all the shows that we talked about here. The recaps, the reviews, no movies to review. I know I saw a movie recently. It's just throwing me off. I'll do a review.
Well, it couldn't have been that
Couldn't have been that good. Yeah. We have a. Oh,
good
she
if you can't
froze.
remember it.
Oh yeah, you
But,
froze a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, it could have been that good yeah, exactly. But if I decide to do it, I'll do a review separately on it. So that's because we're running out of time. So we'll move on to the next segment here. And what's coming up? We got rumors and specs. Real quick, guys, have you been seeing or following what's been going on? So we were just talking about this before we went live. We said that everybody's all on board talking about Spider-Man: No Way Home, right? But have you seen the rumors that have been going around? I wrote a few of them down in the show notes. Did you see what I wrote there? That the rumor is that people think that people think that Peter is trying to save his villains from the other multiverses because the multiverse pulled them away from the point of when they were about to die. And if Doctor Strange puts them back where they belong, they're going to die. And he's already feeling guilty of being accused of murder. What do you think about that as a plot? Do you think that could be plausible? You like it? You hate it? You're like, yeah.
I mean, Peter Parker does have, as always, like as a character, has always had like a deep conscience. I mean, he's ultimately a kid forced into this, fighting bad guys, death and mayhem kind of thing. So I could see that.
Yeah. What about you, Jay? What do you think about that plot?
I think that's a possibility. And my hope is if he does that, I think Doc Ock might end up, siding with him. Because we know in the second one, he ended up saving the day himself, even if
He changed.
what happened to him.
That's my theory. I'll go into that later, but go ahead.
But I hope that's what happens because I do like this version of Doc Ock, and I hope like he ends up like helping Peter. And Peter, we know he has risked his life to help his enemy, and he did that with Vulture. So he'll probably do the same with these villains, not wanting to carry the burden of more villains dying under his watch.
If Vulture breaks out of or somehow gets out of prison during all this, because that's another thing that people are thinking after seeing this trailer, that this might be a way to finally get that Sinister Six that they were trying to do in the Andrew Garfield version, where they were trying to force the Sinister Six really quick, and that people felt like it was kind of rushed. But I mean, if technically, this is the third movie. I mean, technically, it's the same exact timeline. By the third movie, we would have had a Sinister Six with the Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. This is Tom Holland's third movie. The only difference is he's also been in some Avengers movies, and we've seen him more, and we've seen more backstory with him. So it doesn't feel as rushed, and it's explained better because of the multiverse situation. So I don't hear anybody complaining that this Sinister Six thing is happening too fast, because I think the multiverse thing kind of magic kind of explains it. What do you think?
And helps it put together for this plot.
Yeah. But Sarah's like, I don't know. You probably didn't see any of the Amazing Spider-Man ones, right? She said Spider-Man's not her jam, so we'll
Yeah, he's not like Spider-Man's great, but he's not been a character that's resonated with me.
Yeah. So you can just
Sorry.
Any other theories that you've heard? Anything on TikTok or anything that you guys have heard? And salute. Thanks, Perp Minded. He sends in the comment section. Salute. So salute. Any other theories? Any rumors, speculations that you guys have?
I've been hearing Sandman was going to show up in this film. I'm not sure that I know Electro's going to be in it. Sandman.
If you go back to the trailer, there is a part where some sand is doing something, and they people are freeze framed and said that could be Sandman.
That would be interesting.
True, I will be happy because I love the actor who they got to play him.
Sandman.
I thought perfect, and I love him. And that's another character I hope ends up helping Peter because, like, we know he's not actually a bad guy. He just wants to help his daughter. So
you brought up something from the Tobey Maguire movie, the second Spider-Man movie about Doc Ock. That was my theory from the jump. Right when I saw that trailer, the second that he goes, "Hello, Peter," if either because his identity was exposed and we're still dealing with that throughout the whole movie, or that is the same Doc Ock from maybe it is from Tobey Maguire's universe from the movie we saw, or maybe it's an alternative version of Tobey Maguire's universe, and maybe in that version he didn't die or something like that. But he turned good. He seemed to turn good at the end. My theory is on that bridge that Green Goblin was attacking him and Doc Ock saved him. That's my theory. I think Doc Ock is good in this, but I could be wrong. But he is still an asshole sometimes, so maybe he could go back being bad.
Sorry about that. But I was gonna say that you actually remind me of a theory another YouTuber had brought up, Jeremy Johns. He brought up the fact that what if Doc Ock is not talking to this Peter, but Tobey Maguire Peter instead?
Yeah, people brought up that theory too, and Perp Minded reminded me of another theory that's going around as well. I did hear about that. People think that Mysterio is still alive and pretending to be Doctor Strange. That whole thing with Doctor Strange is not him at all.
Huh.
I could see, but I would be pissed because didn't Peter learn how to not get tricked by Mysterio this time? Maybe in the middle of the movie, yes, but the first scene when he goes into his to Doctor Strange's house and asks for help, that has to be Doctor Strange. It has to be.
Yeah, I'm not buying that. Like you're saying, ultimately the entire Doctor Strange character is Mysterio, or are you saying just in the Spider-Man arena? Because you're talking about the Ancient One would have gotten tricked. You're talking about all of those people that were involved in Doctor Strange becoming
Mysterio. He's good. His tricks work good. They're good to fool the human eye. I don't think Mysterio would be stupid enough to walk into to Doctor Strange's house with those parlor tricks. I don't. To me, that would be very unwise. I don't know how many times in the comic book Mysterio was able to get the upper hand on Doctor Strange. I just couldn't see it happening here. In this
I could say, like it would if you're thinking it's Mysterio, is the cape there? Is the cape responding the way it should to the original Doctor Strange? Like because the cape would know it's not him.
Well, unless he's mimicking, unless the cape is an illusion as well. The only way Mysterio could be able to get away with pretending to be Doctor Strange in Doctor Strange's house is if Doctor Strange is off with fixing the multiverse with the Scarlet Witch is actually out of pocket and Mysterio sees an opportunity. That's the only way I could see something like that happen.
I think that's just too complicated and too subversive and too hard to follow as an audience to be able to distinguish that.
Honest. I mean, Wong would probably already know that you're not Strange. You're not Doctor Strange, and probably would end up kicking his ass anyway. So, let's be honest. Strange took on Thanos. I don't think he would be easy to be tricked by Mysterio as well. So
no,
I like all the theories that are going out there. My favorite ones are my final theory for when I first heard that the movie was going into production. The reason why we've never seen Uncle Ben, I think Tobey Maguire is going to play Uncle Ben. I think Tobey Maguire is the MCU's Uncle Ben because his age in real life, Tobey Maguire's age and Marissa Tomei's age is just about 10 years apart. They're only 10 years apart from each other. But Uncle Ben died.
We're going to see him get shot then?
You said what?
We're going to see him get shot for a third time?
I don't think we have to, but he's just dead. He's already with. By the time we saw Tom Holland Spider-Man, Uncle Ben was already dead, and we've never seen a picture of him. I believe Tobey Maguire is Uncle Ben, and when he sees Spider-Man from that universe is his uncle, he's going to get all emotional about it because you look like my Uncle Ben. And people used to come back at me like, no, Tobey Maguire is too young to be Uncle Ben. I was like, yeah, but if his character died and he died, she lived, she gets older. That's how life works. And she got blipped, so she's still technically younger. Anyway, so their age is technically closer than in real life than we would realize if you put in the MCU magic. So don't take this away from me. Is all I'm saying. Tobey Maguire is Uncle Ben. Sarah, you don't like that idea?
I don't think so. I think that again is far too complicated. And besides that, we already know that the other Spider-Mans, we're going to see them. So the past actors that have played Spider-Man are going to be popping up because of the multiverse of madness, all that business. So I think that would be an unneeded layer of complication in an already complicated space.
But in this multiverse, we learned that Spider-Man, even though he is the same person, Peter Parker, can look different. So who's to say?
Yeah, of course.
Who's to say that one?
I mean, there was an alligator Loki. Yeah. I mean, we're in it. We're in it to win it now.
You wouldn't.
We've even seen a pig Spider-Man. So
yeah. Spider-Man. Well, you wouldn't want to see.
Spider-Pig.
You wouldn't want to see Marissa Tomei freak out when one of the Spider-Men takes off their mask and looks exactly like her husband.
I think that would just be, again, an unneeded amount of complication. That's just strange.
Or a necessary amount of awesome. Anyway.
I just like Marissa Tomei.
You're really pushing this theory, dude.
He does that. This to happen.
He picks a dud and then he just keeps running with it.
I'm not going to sit here and be insulted when I know I'm right. Okay.
I mean, you kind of are, though.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna move on. Share with us, and then until next time, guys. Hey, man, peace.
Our supporters help make all this content possible, so make sure you check out our Patreon page so you can help us bring you the content you want.
Push the pedal to the freaking metal. I'm turned up just like heavy metal. Yo. Turned up on another level. Push the pedal to the freaking metal. I'm turned up just like heavy metal.